The performance of Nigerian security agencies in the past 1 month following national outcry that bandits and terrorists were taking control of the lives of the citizens in many states cannot be ignored. From the Nigerian Air Force, which took their campaign to the inner recesses of the criminals' camps, to the ground troops which are taking back hitherto criminals' hideouts, to the Nigerian police whose operations across the country have led to the arrest of high-profile criminals. The nation's security agencies have successfully put criminals on the back foot.
Troops of 7 Guards Battalion and 167 Special Forces Battalion, in conjunction with the air component of Operation Wild Punch, conducted clearance patrols around Boa General area between 24 and 26 July. Troops successfully cleared Kawo and Ido villages. Consequently, about 30 terrorists were neutralized after the bombardment, and their enclave and hideouts were destroyed. We've achieved a lot within that. That's why I'm confident to tell everybody that the security of lives and property of citizens of Abuja in particular is very, very assured.
As we celebrate the new bite being exhibited by the security agencies, there is a need to draw attention to some encumbrances which have made the operations of the security agencies a burden. In the next 1 month, President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to present the 2023 national budget to the National Assembly. It will be the president's last budget before he leaves office in May 2023. In the last 7 years, over 12 trillion naira has been budgeted for security agencies, including the military, the police, and allied organizations. From 2016 to 2021, Nigeria's defense budget has been in a steady increase. In 2016, it was 1.04 trillion naira, went up to 1.053 trillion in 2017, and 1.305 trillion in 2018. The defense budget claimed to 1.76 trillion in 2019, 1.78 trillion in 2020, and 1.97 trillion in 2021. In the 2022, budget defense moved up to 2.41 trillion naira.
So there's quite a difference between what that amount you mentioned now and what actually gets to the police. I can tell you it is scandalous. What comes to the police is meager, pitiable, and it's a shame.
The National Assembly, under the leadership of Lawan, the Senate President, he said that whatever comes to the National Assembly from the President is for the interests of the country. So I think they've done well.
President Muhammadu Buhari has said on more than one occasion that he has provided all that the security agencies need to prosecute the war on terror, which has grounded agriculture and threatening food security and made interstate travels a high risk. However, there are murmurings within the security agencies that the budgets are hardly well funded. There are also allegations of corruption within the system. In the case of underfunding, the Minister of Finance is alleged to use what is called envelope release of funds to the security organizations, which amounts may appear substantial in figure, but hardly enough to meet operational needs of the agencies in a war that is making high demand on resources.
For me, the military is underfunded. Though I know corruption also has a part also. You can't take that away. With the little that have been budgeted, you understand. I know, you know what it means for them to pass a certain budget. The National Assembly itself, the different committees of defense and what have you, they will always also want their own interest to be covered.
In consequence, the security agencies cannot procure all the need to prosecute the war and meet expectations of the Nigerian public. By code of ethics of these agencies, they cannot openly complain or seem to be contradicting the civil authorities. The case of the Nigerian police is even worse. With police stations, posts, divisions, and commands in virtually every town in Nigeria, the force is so underfunded that it is a wonder how it operates.
The police high command can only give to the subordinate officers and stations as much as they can afford. You cannot give what you don't have. Police budgeting ought to be from bottom up. That divisions will say how much they need to run the station in a quarter. And then it goes up like that and goes to headquarters and then goes to National Assembly. Each time, a number of times police has done that. You find the police asking for 3 trillion. And somebody in National Assembly will make a blanket statement. We should carry the entire body of Nigeria and give police.
This is the reason police posts use either candle or bush lamps for lightning. This is why the police operational vehicles are not well maintained, and this is why the police in the field begins to devise ingenious means of running their operations. The consequence is the visible tax collection, which today is the face of the police and its culture of corruption.
The police is an end user. It is what it gets that it uses. Sometimes you have some amount of money budgeted for the police. Sometimes approved by National Assembly. But what is budgeted, what is appropriated is miles apart from what is released. A lot of talk is made about so much money budgeted for the police. But it trickles down to virtually like 7% that is actually released to the police.
Analysts then wonder what the responsibility of the National Assembly committees that oversight the security agencies. If the security agencies are underfunded, should the committees not raise the alarm?
It is also part of the duty of National Assembly as legislators to exercise oversight function on funds released, appropriated, released to agencies and departments. Because they must follow it to be sure the money is being used for what they were meant and not vied and not misappropriated or misspent as the case may be.
The underfunding, non-release of appropriated funds to the security agencies creates a situation in which Nigeria's security situation keeps deteriorating. It makes the citizen to lose confidence in the government, and as the National Assembly gets set to receive the 2023 budget, it must also ask for the performance of the 2022 and raise queries on how much has really been released and to what use the monies have been put to. In Abuja, Marvelous Oboman for Signature Show.